In the metals quadrant here at the CME, copper jumps 80 basis points, a little bit over 0.75% on the high, almost getting up 1% before falling back a little bit in toward the end of the day, finishing the day just over up 0.5%. And it formed an inside range day. So what that really is we've had 6 consecutive falls in the price of copper, and today was an up day. That range, however, from high to low was smaller on both, meaning a higher low and a lower high than the previous day's range, and it closed with a different color candle, or in other words, yesterday was a down day, today was an up day. That's called an inside range day, and that sometimes signals a breakout in one direction or the other, usually a reversal, but the trend has definitely changed. In the last 6 weeks, we've only had 2 down weeks in copper, this week being one of those, but this particular week took us below some key daily averages, some short-term moving averages that I personally look at, and below the 50-day moving average on the close today. Even though we closed up, we stayed below that. So that for some technical and price action traders, not all, would be a sell signal on the move back down. So the trend in copper, at least in the short to medium term, is definitely lower, but the spike we got today was driven as much by Larry Kudlow and his optimism as anything else. Larry Kudlow made positive statements on the US-China trade talks, saying that they're getting very, very close. Again, it was announced as if a deal was basically done and just needed to be signed, but there were details that needed hammering out, and the president's chief economic advisor, Larry Kudlow, says they're being hammered out. He also said the background music for the trade talks is very pleasant. That's an interesting way of saying that the mood seems lifted, the mood seems optimistic from both sides. So the agricultural price action showed the same thing, as ags relatable to China actually rallied as well. So that gives you a little bit of boost in copper, but overall, the short-term trend for copper is still down. So we might need a little bit more work on that. You might need an actual trade signature date announcement for that to spike copper any further than it would go today. Today, again, looking at the price action, might be a sell signal when you come in on Monday. And dollar weakness, really, dollar fell 25 basis points, second consecutive day of that kind of a fall, added to a little bit of the strength in copper. So that's always the inverse relationship between metals, not precious, well, precious metals as well, but talking about a base metal, but the inverse relationship between most commodities and the US dollar played as a little bit of tailwind for copper today as well.